Welcome to another Field of Glory 2 Digital League Season 9 battle. This is Biblical Division A. In this one of a paired match against Pompey the Flatulent, great name, I have the Greeks against his Lydians. So, a nice flat map, good for cavalry, which he has. Up to 7 units of armored lancers, Lydian light chariots, a decent light cavalry wing, a good light infantry wing, but a pretty subpar infantry force, only 6 armored hoplites and otherwise irregular foot. So to counter that, the Greek list has very limited cavalry and also not the greatest medium foot line. It does have good skirmishers. Well, numerous, lots of javelin men, which aren't ideal for fighting cavalry. So what I might want to do is, I think if I try to stretch across the whole map, I'll still just get outflanked, and then the shallowness of my line will lead to bad things. So I think instead what I might push for is kind of an L shape and advance across and hopefully make some kind of contact with guarded flanks. So, with that in mind, what do we want? Do I want veterans for 78? Or do I just want armored hoplites to take on his hoplites? I think I will take veterans. And some armored hoplites. There we go. And that should be enough to take on his heavy infantry line. Next up, skirmishers. All the skirmishers we can get. I think we're going to need them with that much cavalry running around. We go. We'll want our own unimpressive armored horse, just so we have some kind of reserve. Do I want masked Thracian peltasts? Well, they are cheap, and I might need some kind of medium foot, so I suppose I'll bring them along. And then the rest of my points will go into hoplites of various sorts. I could just bring a mass of raw hoplites because they are cheap and numerous. Should be able to shield them from skirmishers. If I don't, I'll have some problems. All right. Do I want more? Or do I want citizens? Citizens and more raw hoplites. There we go. I could even ditch a unit of peltasts and grab more citizen hoplites. Is that wise? What could he do that would be really annoying? Suppose he could theoretically fill this with irregular foot, in which case I'll really want my Thracians. So we'll hold on to them. General on the cavalry, I'm not sure if it's even worth it. So our commander-in-chief will stick him in the veterans unit. A bit sloppy, but that's fine. So sloppy that I forgot to place a commander. Right. Let's not be that silly. Okay, there we go. Next turn. Okay, so what we need to do is find a way to engage his main infantry force. And let's just trundle forward a little bit. Probably want to get more hoplites over here to extend our line. There we go. All right, onward. Next turn. Right, okay. Let's keep pushing to this side with our cavalry. Mass peltists. Raw hoplites also to the wing somewhere. Okay. And we've been invited to take the first shot, so I suppose we will. Okay, our skirmishers might take a bit of a pounding. That's alright. Next turn. Alright, now some things get interesting. Could try that. Why not? To the flank to work on his cavalry and less well-protected infantry. Good. Alright, who's in command? You're in command. Okay, now I don't want to get too much of my armored infantry locked in. Well, they're doomed, but that's okay. That's what happens when you have less light infantry. Or light cavalry, that is. Do I want to do that? Maybe not so much. Might need horsemen to break up zones of control. Alright, want our veterans to try to make contact with infantry. If we need to, we might have to push in against the cavalry to bounce them off, which would be pretty poor use of hoplites. Next turn. See how bogged down I get with this cavalry here. Oh, interesting. If we can hold for a little bit, we could take some advantage. Okay. So, we need to, unfortunately, shove these guys off. Very irritating. Okay. That's probably not the greatest idea. Ugh. Well, let's do unto him as he is doing to us. Disruption. Good. Alright, next. Charge in. Circle into place. Need to fill a gap with these guys. Alright. Huh. Well, let's expose our light jabs a bit so that we can get a delightful little flank off. Very good. All right. It's all kind of unfortunate. Let's just make some room for now. See if we lose this combat. We don't. So we can set up a flank for next turn. Just wait in reserve. Okay. Well, these guys will fill in here. Hopefully this will keep shifting over. Alright, do we abandon these guys to die, or do we attempt some kind of rescue? I think we attempt some kind of rescue, even though it's a bit dangerous. We're exposing our flank, but hopefully they won't drop right away. Next turn. Alright, we're going to have a serious problem here, and we're going to have to plug the gap as well as we can. Fortunately, pursuing cavalry ignore the zone of control of enemy units, so I'm not sure how well we're going to be able to plug any gaps. Shouldn't have moved that light infantry there. That allowed him to keep me pinned. Alright, let's come to the rescue if we can. Lock them in. Okay, let's see where this leads. Break. Enemy pursues. Good. Now we lock them in, catch them in the flank, and pin them. Alright. Move here away from cohesion check range. May have been a mistake. He could pin in his chariots and charge instead of flank with his hoplites. Well, we'll see what that leads to. Let's go in. And we bounce and disrupt. It's looking pretty ugly. He's done a really good job with this unit, wasting the time of my armored veterans. Next turn. Down 7. Can we recover? Good. Bounced them. Ugh. Alright, lock in that cavalry unit, and covering that flank if you can. Held firm. Too bad, suppose they are generaled up. Draw, keep them penned in. That flank covered. And I'm willing to sacrifice these light jabs if maybe they'll get caught somewhere useful. Not very nice, I know. Alright, general up on our veterans. Thank you very much. Okay, that's too bad. Now we need to push it anyway. No, that doesn't cover it, does it? Only that will cover it. Good. General up and pile on. Get ready for a flank. Can't general up there or there. Alright, you're useless then. General up on you. How is this? If that unit breaks and frags this unit, it could be extremely bad. Actually, shove them. See where they end up? Nowhere. Catch them? No, not quite. Alright. Well, that's threatening, isn't it? If his lancers push up, then we can try to hit them with the lights to disrupt. It's a long shot, but it's possible. Have to plug the gap. Run, otherwise you'll get pinned by 2 units. Actually, shift them to that left flank. Maybe they'll be of some use there. Next turn. Oh. That's not going to work out for us then. He should have gone for the charge here. Break them, and then pursue into our exposed flank, honestly. Ooh. Good use of light cavalry. We are crumbling. Gonna need some timely rallies or something here to help us out. That is timely. If only I had someone else that could charge them. Huh. Can't reach them, can we? But we can do that. That's perfect. It's not perfect. Ouch. Well, do we try the extra break right now, or do we charge in? Let's charge in. Ugh. Wonderful. I think we need to lock them so they're locked, and then they can't. Oh, doesn't matter. He's gonna charge our hoplites with his irregular foot and open up this flank. There's really nothing we can do about it. Yeah, unlike me, he's very disciplined about holding formation. Run. And a lock. Pretty bad. Oh yeah. Yeah, Pompey really held together. Well, that's alright. Lesson learned. Next turn. Hopefully we don't disrupt. Good. And they need to hold as well. Come on. Alright. Oh, nicely done. Better not drop right away. Good. Yep, that's what I talked about happening last turn. Held firm, but they can just charge in again, so it's not exactly helpful. That looks like a total cave-in this turn. Bounce them. Yep. That could help us, actually. Let's try to get some rot percent back here. Breaks. Held firm. Good. Okay, well, shove towards the main action then. Held firm. Held firm. It's a disruption. Does that justify a charge? Let's see where this ends up. Huh. Interesting. They're disordered. So let's turn and confront them. And have these hoplites start pushing towards the Lydian cavalry that are disordered. Do they break? Yes. Held firm. Do they break? Yes again. Transfer command to this unit. And then what? There we go. So now if they charge, we can hit them in the rear, and we can still hit this unit in the rear as well if our armored cavalry stand their ground. Gonna lose this, unfortunately. In fact, I've made a mistake here and opened myself to another automatic cohesion drop here. Too bad. They'll get fragged and broken by this charge next turn. Let's also see where that ends up. Ouch. Well, we're going to lose this one too. What mistake did I make? I think I was too aggressive charging his skirmishers. Made very good use of lancers too. Well, it's not over till it's over, but I'm calling it right now. Looks like he did a light block to gain a flank. Yeah, it's pretty filthy. I've done it too. Let's see what he's talking about. Ugh. There goes the entire center. I see. It freed up the zone of control. I mean, that's not really a big deal. We're lost before that happened anyway. Okay, run away, move up. Oops, I should have moved them first, I suppose. Actually, these might auto-break soon. Not yet. Alright. should be done this turn anyway. Another resounding pair of defeats. Alright, we have reached the end. Pompey actually doesn't think I should have sat still. He thinks advancing was the right call. So I'll ask him what he thinks I should have done instead of, well, what I did. Alright, let's take a look here. Maybe my box idea wasn't so good, but I did feel like I needed to secure the flank. An alternative would be, maybe I should have put my cavalry in the center to break the zone of control box from the lancers, although it's risky. It's average light spear cavalry against lancers in the open. I don't know. My natural inclination is still to have held here and skirmished and closed this off and held out here, maybe with my cavalry down here, and exercise some discipline until I could find a way to engage his infantry, which I never really did in this battle, on any large scale, that is. So, yeah, mistakes were made. Well done to Pompey, as usual, and till next time.